I'm back with another holiday recipe. This is more like a leftover holiday recipe, but it is delicious. A skillet chicken pot pie. So let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is prepare all the ingredients that need chopping up. So of course that means chopping up some sage. You want about a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half of fresh sage. And your fingers are gonna smell amazing after this. And you also wanna chop up about 5 to 6 leaves of kale. Make sure to cut around the stem. You don't need that part, but I mean, put it in like a smoothie or something tomorrow morning. Your body will thank you. And for something a little different, you wanna make sure you've got about 12 to 15 white pearl onions. They're so good and so stinking cute. I love them. So cute. And then you also want to shred half of a rotisserie chicken. So I'm gonna do that now, and then we're gonna head over to the stove. Did I go out and buy a rotisserie chicken just for this recipe? Yes. Will I happily have leftovers? Yes. All right, so I'm just removing some of the skin from the breasts and the legs. Now I feel like some of this I'm going to shred, and then some of it I'll chop. So we'll have like different textures going on in the pot pie. So, how's your week going? Mine's going pretty good. Pretty dang hungry though. Wanna eat, but I gotta shoot. Okay, so I'm pretty much done here. I've got some shredded, some chopped like I said. I'll measure it out and I'll leave it in the description below with the ingredients, just so you know exactly how much this is. You have some sort of idea to go by, because that's also my job, to help you out. All right, that's done. Let's go over to the stove. In your skillet set to about medium-high heat, you're going to add in just about a 1/4 cup or about 45 milliliters of olive oil. And now that that's heated up, we're gonna add in our pearl onions. And you're gonna saute this for about 5 minutes. Okay, the onions have had their time, their moment to shine. Now we're gonna add in the garlic and the sage. And then let that saute for about another 2 to 3 minutes. Now it's time to add in all of the kale. Mix it around for a little bit, get everything incorporated, and then cover the pot and give it a couple of minutes, allowing the kale to wilt a bit. Now that the kale has wilted down a bit, you're gonna add in a 1/4 cup or about 25 grams of all-purpose flour. Just sprinkle that on and then mix it all up real nice like. Once you've done that, pour in 2 cups of vegetable broth. Now, I use vegetable broth. You can, of course, use chicken broth, totally up to you. Now it's time to add in 2 cups or about 300 grams of butternut squash. I'm using frozen. You can, of course, use fresh, because fresh is delicious. And finally, along with the salt and pepper, you can go ahead and add in your rotisserie chicken. Then you're gonna wanna let this simmer for about 8 to 10 minutes until the sauce has really thickened up. Oh, and this is also a great time to turn on your oven. We're setting it to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. And while we're waiting for the sauce to thicken up, it is time to roll out our puff pastry. So this is gonna go on top, it's gonna go into the oven and then come out looking beauty. Got some store-bought puff pastry here because ain't nobody got time for that, okay? Hello? All right. We are just going to roll it out. Make sure it has thawed out. It is at room temperature or in the fridge and not too hard like this might be. Shh. Ooh, it smells so buttery. All right. Let's roll it out. Okay, that's done. And while we're still waiting for the sauce, we're just gonna crack open and whip 1 egg. Doesn't have to be large, but this is gonna go on top of the puff pastry before it goes into the oven. So you're probably wondering what to do next. Well, once the sauce is all ready, it's thickened up, it is delicious, it tastes to your preference. Then you're going to put the puff pastry on top, allow the edges to hang over. That's cool. Remember, if there's not enough, you've probably got a second roll of puff pastry in the package. Hopefully you do. Just go ahead and add that and make it one giant piece of puff pastry. Then you're going to brush it with the water and egg wash, because you're gonna add in about a teaspoon of water into the egg. And then you're going to brush it and put in about 4 to 6 little slits into the top of the puff pastry, so that it will allow the air to go somewhere. Put it into the oven for 15 to 20 minutes at 425. And once it's been in for about 15 to 20 minutes, you're gonna reduce the temperature to 350, and then you're really gonna allow this puff pastry to brown and be all delicious like for another 15 to 20 minutes. And then yes, I promise, it'll be time to eat. You need to give this a try. It is so good. It's really good. Also, don't forget that I now have a membership and you can become one of my sous chefs. That's right, you can have a say over some of the videos that happen right here on The Active Foodie. And there's no obligation. You can still hit the like button and subscribe and tell all your friends and family about how awesome the channel is.